So that's why the Father said, the priest had to put in Ezekiel 9:11, further down the chapter, they used ink. They were like tattooing the foreheads with the holy markings of the Lewis. You see what I'm saying? And you see right here, that's why in Louisiana, when you understand Louisiana, Nehemiah 1:9, the Father said that he'll gather up his people from where he chose to place his name. So you understand that it's very important. That's why down there you have the saints, because Louis Ayana. Remember in Deuteronomy 28:68, he said we are coming to Egypt, spiritual Egypt again, America, by boats. We were going to come into this place. So you see about how the Saints logo, that's why you have the New Orleans Saints, Louisiana Saints. And then you see in Texas, remember I was talking about the 76 foreshadows the kingdom to come. Hence 776 is the zip code for Texas. That's why right by Texas, you got Louisiana. And then notice how they have the towel, like the body of the so-called Ankh, the Lewis, the T. Remember Mr. T back in the day? I pity the fool. Remember that? And he used to be wearing all the gold chains. Remember? And he fought against Rocky because Christ is the rock. But that was showing that the Messiah, was going to get ready to get back control of that altar. This stuff is serious. So as you can see, that's why you have T-Mobile, and it deals with phone calls, because hint the whole thing, call upon the Lord. Hint T-Mobile. So in Psalms 118:22, the stone the builders rejected has now become the headstone. So you see, when you take away that the head, it's no longer nothing but just a T. So that's why you have T-Mobile, because they want you to call upon the Lord. But how you going to call upon the Lord when there's no head? You kind of see what I mean? You see when there's no head there, it's just a T, look. So how you going to call upon the Christ is our head. So how can we call upon the Lord, when there's no head? It's just a T. And that's why you see too, how, like I was telling you, you put the rope and then you raise him up. He must be uplifted on top of the altar. It's about having wisdom, man. This is stuff we're supposed to be learning, so we know what's going on, because they removed the headstone. I'm going to show you that right now. You see how up there it's no headstone, it's just an all-seeing eye. I'm going to explain this later on in a minute in the video. But look at this. No headstone, just an all-seeing eye, because, as it's written in 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Look at this. As it's written, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So he was going to bring forth the false healing, right? So that's why you see. Remember, I read it earlier how Hezekiah destroyed the serpent on the pole, because that was for that time, but now it's the time now where he's about to be raised up. Now it's the time of the gathering, which I'm gonna get into in a minute with the enzyme. But as you can see, that's why the hospital still used the serpent on the pole. So Lucifer was gonna be using the power of that. Look upon this and you'll be healed. You kind of see what I'm saying? All of this comes together, man. That's why they use the serpent on the pole. Hence why Obama has Obamacare. That's why he's the Antichrist. And as you can see in 2 Corinthians 4:4, as it's written, Satan, the god of this world, blinding the minds of those who blinding the minds of the whole world. He deceived the whole world. He's the false light, the false sun. It's serious, man.